Hi there everybody! Today I'm going to teach you how to play Here to Slay. This is a super fun game that I bought from Walmart, but you can find it on Amazon.ca or any other toys or game stores. First we have some instructions, but you won't need these because I'm going to be teaching you. So instead, let's just go over the different kinds of cards. The first thing we should go over is that these are not actual game cards. Me and my sister created these cards on an online Here to Slay app. I'll tell you more about this at the end of the video. The next thing I'm going to tell you about is the hero cards. They come in 6 different classes. These are what you use to slay. I'll tell you more about that later. So let's go over the classes now. Here we have foxes, which are rangers, bunnies, which are wizards, unicorns, which are guardians, then we have bears, who are fighters, cats, who are thieves, and then the squirrels, who are bards. Each hero has a different ability. Here is Wildshot. We'll be using him as an example to talk about heroes' abilities. If we get closer, we can see his name, Wildshot, his class, Ranger, and then his thing, his ability. Draw 3 cards and discard a card. 8+. What does this mean? This means that if you roll an 8 or higher on the dice, you get to draw 3 cards, but you have to discard a card. When you use a hero ability, you use 2 dice to roll to try to get that number, or higher. In order to use a hero's ability, you must use 1 action point. The next cards we're going to go over are challenge and modifier cards. If you play this card, it means that you can challenge any card that your opponent plays. It has to be on their turn right after they play the card. It means that you both roll 1 die, and whoever has the higher number wins. So let's say I play a card, and then you challenge me. That means that we both roll a dice. If you win, that card is cancelled, and it doesn't do anything. If I win, it keeps going, just as it was supposed to. The modifier cards. These come in 5 different types. +4, +3 -1, +2 -2, -4, +1 -3. Here's what we do with these. Let's say I roll the dice, and I get this card. That means that I add 4. With this, I can add 3 or subtract 3. This one I can add 2 or subtract 2. This one I have to add 4. With these 2, you can see there's only 1 number, so you have to do that. Here, you can add 1 or subtract 1. Here's an example of how you would play challenge and modifier cards. Let's say that I want to use Wildshot's attack, or ability, sorry. I need 8+ dice roll, and then I can pick up 3 cards, and then I have to discard a card. Let's see if we can do this with our dice. 7, 2, and 5. 5, 6, 7. Looks like I didn't get enough. I need 8, remember? But let's say in my hand I have this modifier. I can use that. That means now, instead of having 5, 6, 7, I now have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. That means I can use that card. Let's say you don't want me to use that though. Then you'll use your challenge. That means that this modifier is up for grabs. I roll my dice. I got a 4. You roll the dice. You get a 6. Looks like you won that challenge. My modifier then does nothing and goes to the discard pile. Now let's go over items, cursed items, and spells. Items are things you can give to your heroes to help them. The particularly rusty coin gives you the ability, if you unsuccessfully roll to use the equipped hero card's effect, you can draw a card. So if I put this on, let's get Wildshot back here for a sec. Let's say I give this to Wildshot. That now means that if I try to use this attack and it doesn't work, I get to draw a card. Other cards in the items category include the really big ring, the decoy doll, and the masks. This is something we should be careful to go over. There are 6 masks, 1 for each class. Here's how they work. Let's say I have Wildshot. He's a ranger, right? But let's say when I pick up a card, I pick up the wizard mask. This is an item, right? So I can put it on him. But if we read this, it says, the equipped hero card is now a wizard instead of its original class. That means instead of being a ranger, Wildshot is now a wizard. It goes the same for all of these. You can't do something like put a ranger mask on a ranger, because it will do nothing. By putting a mask on a card, it does not change the card's abilities or amounts. Cursed items are items that you can put on an opponent's character. So let's say I'm using Wildshot. My enemy puts the Curse of the Snake's Eyes on me. Oh no. That means that every time I try to use this effect, I have to subtract 2 minus 2 from my roll. Or let's say I roll an 8. I get to use this attack now. Nope, this is attached, so now I only have 6. Other cursed items include the sealing key, the suspiciously shiny coin. Try saying that 10 times fast. Magic cards. Let's make this quick. If I use this card from my hand, it returns every equipped item card to its respective player's hand. That's what the Forceful Winds do. There are different ones, like Winds of Change. Return all item cards equipped to any player's hero card to that player's hand, and then draw a card. We have another Winds of Change, the Destructive Spell, the Entangling Trap, my personal favorite. Discard 2 cards and then steal a hero card. There are lots of other spells, but we're not going to go over them right now. Last but not least, the oversized cards, which come in 2 types: party leaders and monsters. Your party leader is the leader of your party. They cannot be destroyed, killed, but they each do have an ability that you can use, depending on who you choose. The Divine Arrow, the one I use the most. Each time you roll to attack a monster card, add 1 to your roll. You don't have to use any action points to use this, unless it specifically says so, like on the Shadow Claw. These cards are used as your avatar or your character. You may use them to defeat monsters, so my Divine Arrow could count as my ranger. Next, we have monster cards. This is the objective of the game, to kill 3 monster cards. In order to kill them, we will be using these 3 as examples. Some of my favorites: Titan Wyvern, Dark Dragon King, and the Anrin Cauldron. The Titan Wyvern, as you can see, has 2 things here: a fighter symbol and an H. This means in order to try to kill him, you must have at least 1 fighter on your party and 1 of any hero. In order for this one, 1 bard on your party and 1 of any hero. And for this one, you just need 3 of any hero. Now, as you can see, if you try to kill this, you need to roll 8 or higher in order to slay this monster. If you roll 4 or lower, you must discard 2 cards. Discard 2 cards, slay the monster. This one's a little different. If you get 6 or under, you have to sacrifice a hero. That means one of your heroes you must choose to put in the discard pile. They're unusable. If you get 7 or up, you can slay the monster. Now you can see in this white square, there's an ability. This means that if you've killed the monster, you can put it next to your party. You can use this ability. For the Titan Wyvern, each time you roll for a challenge card, add 1 to your roll, so it can help you win challenges. Each time you roll, add 1 to your roll, so no matter what, you always get 1. The Anrin Cauldron is a good one to try to kill. Action points. You start the game with 3 action points. You get to have 3 action points for every turn. If you want to use just 1 action point, you can draw a card from the main deck, play a hero, item, magic card from your hand. If you play a hero card, you may use the effect immediately, or roll 2 dice and use the effect of the hero card in your party. Note that you cannot roll to use the same hero card's effects more than once per turn, even if you roll unsuccessfully the first time. You can use 1 action point to use either of these, so 1 for this, 1 for this, and 1 for this. To attack a monster card, you must use 2 action points. To discard every card in your hand, even if you have any, and draw 5 new cards, costs 3 action points. Right. Custom cards. These are party leaders. If you want to make your own, go to unstablegames.com/here-to-slay. There, you'll just have to put in your email address and then make your own cards. These characters, you choose the name, the type, what they look like, and their ability. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give a like and subscribe.